Good morning, class. Today you are going to do the Tactile Sensation Lab. The density of your touch receptors varies in different parts of your body. The areas with greater numbers of receptors have a greater ability to feel. These also tend to be areas of fine motor control, like your hand. For this lab, you are going to get with your muscle partner. You are going to need a pair of calipers and 2 felt markers, which you can find in the red tubs in the lab area. For part 1, you will do the 2-point threshold test using the calipers. We are going to see how sensitive various parts of your bodies are. One area that we will test is the palm of your hand. One person will be the tester, one person will be the testee, and you will switch roles. The first person will close their eyes while the second person is going to adjust the calipers to a certain distance. It's better to start a little bit wider. I'm using the small pointed side of the calipers. Next, I'm going to ask my test subject to close their eyes while I apply some pressure with the calipers to the palm of their hand. While their eyes are closed, I'm going to decide if I want to apply pressure with 1 prong or with 2 prongs at the same time. After I've applied pressure, the test subject is going to tell me how many prongs they felt. 2. If they are correct, I'm going to continue and I'm going to vary the number of prongs that I touch them with. I might apply again with 2. I might apply with 1. I'm going to do this 5 times. If they were correct 4 or 5 times, then I'm going to adjust the distance down a little bit and do it again. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Great. Let's keep going down. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, now I'm not so sure. So at this point, I have reached a point at which I can no longer distinguish between 1 and 2 prongs. So I'm going to look at the distance on the calipers. According to this, it is at about 15 millimeters. So I will record this into my data table for the palm that at 15 millimeters was the threshold at which I could no longer distinguish 1 and 2 prongs. I'm going to do this again, testing all 5 parts of the body listed on the table. In part 2 of the lab, we're going to test the same areas of the body, but this time your goal is going to be to test tactile localization, which is where did you feel something. Test subject will close their eyes while the tester applies pressure with the felt tip pen. Then the test subject will immediately try to duplicate the touch of their tester. If there is a difference in the 2 locations, you will bring your calipers and you will measure that difference using the calipers. Again, I had a distance that was a little bit smaller of 14 millimeters. And I'll record that into my data table for part 2.